All right. Good morning to those who are here. I do hope that you guys are well and good. I know that some people are writing, some people are done. I get that and I understand that, but I just want to go over. I want to do some questions here on area and perimeter, volume and surface area. Why? Because it seems like that is a challenge for some people. And so I'm just going to do some questions on this, and then yeah, that will be that. I'll be running this session from now 25 past up until 6:30, and then I'll be off, guys. So it's not going to be a long drawn out session. I don't really have that much time. So yeah, let's just take one question at a time so that we can have something that is good. Volume and surface area are concerned. Okay, let's look at this question. Triangle ABC, we are told, is an equilateral triangle. So hopefully the minute we are told something is an equilateral triangle, we understand the properties attached to that. So we're told it's an equilateral triangle with AB equal 5 centimeters. So we are told, we are asked, what is the perimeter of triangle ABC? Is it A, 25 centimeters squared, B, 15 centimeters, C, 25 centimeters, or D, 15 centimeter cubed, right? So what are you guys thinking here? If they are asking the triangle of ABC is an equilateral triangle, okay? So it's triangle ABC. So I'm hoping in your head you can envision this triangle. It has 3 sides, the triangle. It's triangle ABC. And we are told it's an equilateral triangle, which means all 3 sides are going to be equal, all right? And they are going to be all 5 centimeters, right? So they're asking, what is the what? The perimeter of what? Of triangle ABC. Remember, guys, by perimeter, what do we mean? We mean the total outside distance of this triangle. So what they are asking is A, is it 25 centimeters squared, 15 centimeters, 25 centimeters, or 15 centimeter cubed? Now remember, perimeter, distance around a what? Distance around a triangle. Okay. So that distance, this is triangle ABC. That's 1, 2, 3. So therefore, if we are talking about the distance around from here to there, if we are talking about the perimeter of this shape, from here to there is 5 centimeters. Then from there to here is another 5 centimeters. And then from there back to where we started from the beginning is another 5 centimeters. So our perimeter, meaning the total distance around this shape, is going to be equal to 5 plus 5 plus 5, which means the answer is 15 centimeters. Okay, so therefore we say that this triangle's perimeter is 15 centimeters, and that's basically it. Okay, so that would be our option B, 15 centimeters. Okay, all right, so that answers that question. It's not D, because remember, centimeter cubed is not basically the answer here, but 15 centimeters, because remember, cubic centimeters, that is for volume, all right? Square centimeters, that is for area. And then 25 centimeters doesn't even make sense because we have 3 sides of a triangle. So when we are calculating perimeter, we are talking about the distance around that 2-dimensional shape. So that's why C does not even, come close. So it definitely is B. And we've seen the evidence that indeed it is B. Okay, 15 centimeters. Okay, that's how we calculate the perimeter. The next question, question 27. PQRS, we are told, is a rectangle. So a rectangle. Okay, hopefully we know what a rectangle is. Okay, what is the formula to calculate the area of PQRS? Is it A, half base times height, B, length times breadth, C, length plus breadth, or is it D, 2 length plus breadth? So which one is it? Is it A, half base times height, B, length times breadth, C, length plus breadth, or is it D, 2 length plus breadth? So hopefully we look at this and we are like, well, it's a rectangle, right? A rectangle has a horizontal dimension. The longest side is called the length, and then the shortest side, okay, the vertical dimension is called the breadth. Okay, so if we asking what is the area, remember, area has to do with the space covered within a 2-dimensional shape. So what we want to know is what is the formula for the area of a rectangle, given that its horizontal dimension is length and its vertical dimension is breadth. What is the correct formula that we can use to calculate the area of a rectangle? So is it A, half base times height, B, length times breadth, C, length plus breadth, or D, 2 length plus breadth? So if we look at the first formula, this is a formula that we use to calculate the area of a triangle. The area of a triangle is given by half base times height. We are speaking about a rectangle here. So A is not our answer, because this is the formula we use to calculate the area of a triangle. B, length times breadth. Now this formula here is the formula we use to calculate the area of a rectangle. C is a formula that does not exist when it comes to area. So this is just a distraction of a formula. D, for area, 2 length plus breadth is not a formula that exists for area. This is the formula that is correct for the perimeter of a rectangle, but if only the subject was perimeter, not area. So what we are then concluding is that B is the formula that we use to calculate the area of a what? Of rectangle PQRS. So the formula to calculate the area of rectangle PQRS is B. The formula is length times breadth, and therefore we know that the option that we are choosing there is going to be B. Okay, moving right along. Question number 28. 2 pi r is used to calculate what? A, the area of a circle. B, the perimeter of a circle. C, the radius of a circle. D, the diameter of a circle. So which one is it, guys? Is it A, the area, B, the perimeter, C, the radius, D, the diameter of a circle? What do we use this formula 2 pi r, this expression, 2 pi r, what is it used for? Is it used to calculate the area of a circle, perimeter of a circle, the radius of a circle, or the diameter of a circle. Okay. Now, if we look at the area of a circle, we know that 2 pi r is not the formula to calculate the area of a circle. Rather, area of a circle is pi r squared. So had they had pi r squared, we would have said that's correct, but this is incorrect. 2 pi r does not define the area of a circle. B, perimeter. Remember, perimeter means distance around a shape. Now, for a circle, definitely, if we are calculating the perimeter, or in other words, the circumference of a circle, this formula here, P is equal to C is equal to 2 pi r. This is the formula we use to calculate the what? The perimeter of a circle. Right? The perimeter of a circle is also referred to as the circumference of a circle. Okay, so if you have a circle like this, the distance around the circle is called the circumference. Okay, but generally for all shapes, when we are talking about distance around an object or a two-dimensional shape, we refer to it as the perimeter. So the perimeter, when we talk about the circle, is called the circumference. And the formula we use is 2 pi r. If we are given the radius, we use this formula. But if we are given the diameter, we can simply use pi times d, which is the diameter. So therefore, when we go back to the question, what 2 pi r is used to calculate what? The area of a circle? No. The perimeter of a circle? Yes. The radius of a circle? Definitely no. The diameter of a circle? Definitely no. So it is B. The perimeter of a circle is used to basically calculate. 2 pi r is used to calculate the what? The perimeter of a circle, which perimeter is also referred to as the circumference. Okay. 29. What is the formula to calculate the area of a what? Of a circle. I repeat. What is the formula to calculate the area of a circle? Is it A, 2 pi r squared, B, pi squared r, C, 2 pi r, D, pi r squared? So what formula do we use to calculate the area of a circle? Which one fits the mold of the description of the area of a circle? A, B, C, D. Okay, I see no one is answering. So guys, I had explained earlier on that the formula for the area of a circle is pi r squared. So the answer is D. It is pi r squared. It is not A, because when we say 2 pi r squared, that is the formula that we would use if we are calculating the area of two circles. Because remember, the pi r squared is there for the formula of a circle, the area of a circle. The minute we say 2, it means we are referring to 2 circles. Okay, pi squared r is not even a formula for circle, for the area. 2 pi r, remember, this formula is used to calculate the what? The circumference or the perimeter of a circle. That's 2 pi r. Okay, so it is only D that is used to calculate what? The area of a circle. All right. Okay, let's move on. A circle has an area of 198 centimeter squared. The formula, the circle has an area of 198 centimeters squared. The question that is being asked here is, what is the diameter rounded off to 2 decimal places? A circle has an area of 198 centimeters squared. What is the diameter rounded off to 2 decimal places? Is it A, 63,05, B, 15,88, C, 12,92, or D, 31,53? Now, in order to be able to select a correct option, we need to first do the correct relevant calculation. So let's check what we have here. What are we being told? The circle has an area of 198 centimeter squared. And what are we being asked? We are being asked what is the diameter. So we go and first write down area is equal to 198 centimeters squared. What shape or what 2D shape are we speaking about here? What is the two-dimensional shape we are speaking about? The area of a what? Is it a triangle? Is it a rectangle? Is it a square? What is it exactly? We are told the circle has an area of 198 centimeters squared. What is the formula of this shape that we are speaking about here? So the two-dimensional shape we are speaking about is a circle. So since we are talking about two-dimensional shape, which is a circle, the question then is, what is the formula that we use for the what? For the area of a circle. It is pi r squared. So now we are going to go there to the formula of a circle, and we are going to substitute the area. The area A is what? 198 centimeters squared. So in this formula, we are going to write area is equal to pi r squared. We go to A and we write in the place of A 198. Then we say equal to pi r squared. Okay? Then we are now going to solve for r. I repeat, what are we going to do? We are going to solve for r. Okay? What is the whole purpose of wanting to solve for r? It's so that we can eventually get the what? The diameter. Because remember, in a circle, guys, the radius, or what we call r of a circle, the radius is actually half. The radius is half of the diameter. Or we can say the diameter is 2 times the what? The radius. So if we can find the radius r, then we can multiply that radius by 2 so that we get the what? The diameter. So let's first solve or find the value of r. So we go back. Remember, we said the area of the entire circle is 198 centimeters squared, right? The formula we use to calculate the area of one circle is pi r squared. So A is equal to pi r squared. Now I substitute the value of 198 centimeters squared, which is the area, in the place of A. So that's why now in the place of A, I have 198, because the area is 198 centimeters squared, which is equal to what? Equal to what? Pi r squared. Now this pi and this r are combined together But what combines pi and r? What combines pi and r is multiplication. Okay, so it's like, for instance, if I was to write out the formula, it's like saying area of a circle is pi times r squared. The thing that combines pi and r squared together is the multiplication sign. Now I want r, which means I want r to be alone on the right hand side. I want r to be alone on the right hand side. So I need to get rid of pi. Pi needs to go. So what do I do to the right hand side to get rid of pi? What do I do, guys? What do I do on the right hand side so that pi is gone, that I get rid of pi? What do I do? I am going to divide. So the opposite operation of multiplying is to divide, but I'm going to divide by who? By pi. But what I do on the right, I need to do where? On the left hand side. So I'm going to go to my calculator and I'm going to type in 198, all right, divided, then shift, I then go press the symbol of pi there in yellow. There it is, pi. So it's 198 divided by pi, which is equal to, that is the value, okay? So I'm sure you guys can see that value, but for now, I'm going to hold my horses, all right? Let's cancel, because pi divided by pi is 1. What we are left with here is 1, which means on the right now, we are left with r squared alone, which is equal to 198 over pi. Does that make sense? But r is still not alone. We have the exponent 2. That needs to also go. How do we get rid of the exponent 2? We take the square root of the exponent 2. Okay? But remember, what we do on the left, we do where? On the right. So the square root of 198 over pi is what we are going to take. That leaves me on the right with just r, because the square and the square root cancel each other. Then I'm left with the square root of 198 over pi. Now I can comfortably go to my calculator and say the square root, punch that symbol there, the square root. Then I go to this button here, which gives me the option of having a fraction. Then at the top, I can see my little cursor there at the top, ready to insert the numerator value, which here has to be what? 98. So I'm going to say 198 over. Now I need to have pi there at the bottom. So I'm going to go to my button that allows me to select all my yellow things. Shift, then I go there to this button, pi. So there it is, 198 over pi. Then I say equal. Voila. 7,938 na. You guys get the point. That is my value of what? Of r, the radius of the circle. But remember, the question did not want the radius. The question wants the diameter. And that diameter must be rounded off to what? To 2 decimal places. So that means this value, which is here, is my radius. The value of my radius is that 7,9388. But I don't want the radius. I want the diameter. So what do I do